the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Hello everybody, and we took a week off, which should make everyone's heart grow fonder. Okay, so first and foremost, let's start with recognition. Should I do two? No. I'm just going to do one because it's going to go out to my new Patreon subscriber. Garrett, thank you for joining, taking advantage of the 4th of July special mystery gift deal. You were the only one, but that means you're special, and that means that you get the recognition for this, and no one else. Just you this time. Now, I have so much to cover. Oh my gosh, we took the last week off because, look, I am not going to be a prisoner to the videos that I make. I don't need to put out the content on a certain day. Yes, I like a little bit of organization, but I'm not going to sit there and have it become an expectation. That's when this becomes a chore. And that is not what I want to have, because I want this to be fun. I want this to be enjoyable. This is an outlet for me. It's a creative outlet, but I have so much to talk about. So I feel that maybe if you missed it last week, you watch this video over and over again, you share it over and over again, because that's what good people do. All right, so first and foremost, let's see, where did we leave off? Okay, last time we were talking about such a downfall in my low point in my career, where I broke my silence talking about losing the Wrestlepalooza Championship. But this has been wild. There's been all sorts of stuff going on. So first things first, I go to higher ground in Milltown. I score a big singles victory. I mean, like, the rain tried to threaten everything, and you know how much bad luck I've had with all the rain with the St. Paul Slammer. You know I got hurt as a result of that, so I was not really ready to do round 2 with Mother Nature. Someday I will, but not that time. It rained a little bit, but not enough for me to not pull out the victory against one Eric Cannon. That was our 133rd match against each other. We brawled onto a playground. I got super kicked off what I call the barfmobile. I don't know what you call it. It's not a merry-go-round. It's whatever that thing is that's made to injure your kids, where somebody thought it was a good idea to spin kids really, really fast and either have them get hurt or throw up. So, of course, that's where we went for our match. And that's where Eric Cannon decided to kick me in the face. But I won the match, so I got a little bit of revenge. And then off to Heavy On Wrestling, which was great. The big return. And while I was looking to capture the championship for a 3rd time, it would have been history-making event. So many people were so happy to see me. So many people at Heavy On, that big event feel. They were ready for me to be their champion again. And the biggest thing about coming back to do, I lost track of how long it's been. How long it had been since I performed in Clyde Iron. How long it's been since there's been somebody professionally running, wrestling up in Clyde Iron. And it's been a long time. I mean, no wonder you missed me so much. So again, I fell a little short. Well, I'm not going to make excuses on this one. I didn't take the pinfall, but Frontman Jaw ended up winning the Heavy On Wrestling Champion, so it's the era of the Frontman, which is fine. But I'm also coming back. I mean, I'm coming back for Heavy Halloween, and people are already asking me what my costume's going to be, and I say, calm down. I'm not a child. I don't need to pick out my costume 4 months, 5 months in advance, because I had so much other stuff on my plate. Now, this is a rare occasion that I got to do. Not only is it rare that I would wrestle 6 days in a row, but it is rare that I'm wrestling on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and a Thursday. All these days normally have wrestling on TV, but here I am up in the beautiful Northwoods, where it seems tucked out of the way, where I stayed in the town of Rylander, where the Hodag residents, and only in a place such as this would this desolate place be known for an animal that is resurrected when you burn diseased oxen. Not making this up. Go take a look at it. Go take a look for it. And if you want to know why the town reflects this, why you're thinking of dead, rotting oxen carcasses while you stay there, when we checked into our hotel, we said, what is there to do in this town? What do you do when you're normally not working here? And she said, I do nothing. There's nothing to do in this town. I play on my phone. Well, aren't you? You should write the slogan for the town. Rylander, I'd rather just play on my phone and do nothing. But it was great. There was a hot tub at the hotel. We wrestled every night at a different camp. This was for second wrestling. And as you know, I have beef with the rabbi. I almost got my hands on him at every single event. I came a little bit close, but what happened was he always had Darius Luttrell to try and even the odds. Even though he's super tall, I guess he wouldn't be really even on the odds. I got dunked on. Look, I learned in 9th grade that basketball is not the sport for me. And while these kids enjoy watching an NBA Jam style slam dunk, I realized that wrestling was more my path and not basketball. So when I pulled out my victory, I mean, that was what I needed to do. I wasn't going to waste my time on the court. I mean, look, it's not. I'm not a dual sport kind of guy. I'm not Bo Jackson. That's totally fine. I'm not Neon Deion Sanders. I'm not. That's not. I'm here to do two things, and that was to win at second wrestling, but also finally get my hands on the rabbi. And I finally, allegedly, did. I mean, all you saw is when you watch the videos, you see the rabbi just, chilling on the ground. Maybe he had a rough night. Maybe the rabbi went out and partied a little bit after he thought that he got one over on me. But the deal was that I was just there. I was the first person there, so I checked in on him. And then all of a sudden, here comes Eric Cannon messing in my business, and he yelled at me, so I ran and I jumped in the car and drove away. And all of a sudden, that translates to me beating up a rabbi. And I get it. I have a history of threatening the rabbi. I have a history of actually ginger snapping the rabbi. He's put his hands on me. He's threatened to suspend me. This is all in like a year and a half of this company existing. But what can I say? I mean, I guess if you were looking for a reason to be mad at me or point fingers at me, but if you watch the video again, you'll realize there is absolutely no proof. And again, it was just me being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, and again, what am I supposed to do? If I see somebody on the ground and I go over to check on them, do you want me to leave them alone? There's this thing that's called the Good Samaritan law. And as a Good Samaritan, I was checking on him. But of course, everyone translated that to me hurting a rabbi. And again, I have in the past, and he definitely deserved it, but whatever. I'm not, if I say too much, I might get myself in trouble. But all I know is, if you're looking forward to seeing me at the upcoming second wrestling events, apparently that's not a thing, because like many companies I've worked for, I am on the naughty list and suspended. So, hey, at least I got this fun camp tour in and got to yell at some kids. That's a whole different story. But, whatever. I do it well. Finally, I get one day off. Now, I thought to myself, should I record This is CorbinCenter on my day off? Nah. I'd rather just take the day off and enjoy it, I mean, look, it's not that I don't want to put out content for you. That's not the case. I really enjoy when you watch this. I enjoy when you comment. But look, I have a life, and I need this recovery because I was defending my breakout championship for the first time. And some people ask, Darin, I still don't understand how you having the breakout championship makes any sense. And to them I say, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. It's when people find you, that diamond in the rough, and you become the star that you're meant to be. And finally Pro Wrestling Battleground realizes it. And finally El Funky Fox realizes it. And everyone who said that I was a coward didn't see it coming when I attacked Connor Hopkins and accepted his challenge for a dog collar match. So August 12th, we're doing a dog collar, Connor, and if you might want to make sure that your crowns are all put in because you don't want to lose a tooth in another match just like you lost the championship a long time ago. So we had that, and then the Taste of Minnesota returns for First Wrestling. First Wrestling being a part of the Taste of Minnesota. And my God. Now, look, we have to talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. First of all, as you notice, I am redheaded, I am a ginger, and by nature we are very pale skin, very fair skin, and we are susceptible to potential enemy, the sun, which has been an enemy of ours for generations. All of you who are redheads watching right now are nodding up and down. It burns us, it tries to drain us, and it even tries to kill us by giving us cancer prematurely. And here I had to be in searing 90-degree heat, not only 90 degree, on blacktop pavement in downtown Minneapolis. All while the heat index climbed over 100, but I will say this. I had a couple things that powered me through. One, the delicious food that was at the Taste of Minnesota. I cannot not put this over. It was wonderful. It was delicious. It's something I look forward to every event. And then my trusty red hair don't care tank top, I kept dipping in cold ice water, putting it on my neck, making sure that I have actually discovered the ultimate beating of the sun by making sure that it could not burn my neck, making sure that I kept cool. I normally keep pretty cool, but this one just kind of helped me a little bit more. So again, by the time I was done, this bucket that was all ice had melted, and by the time I was done dumping, like repeatedly, because I wrestled 5 times. 5 freaking times in 2 days. That brought my total up to 12 matches. Now, I'm not saying that some people wrestled more than me. Some people had 6, some people had 7. Kudos to you. But I'm 39 years old. We just established this. I mean, I'm lucky enough to break out, and now here I am wrestling in 5 times in 2 days. 1 against Gangrel, who is a vampire, a tank of a man. 1 against Warhorse, who wanted to bang my head around from pillar to post. First time opponent, Edith Surreal, going against Intern Force. Intern Force, come on. Intern, look, I appreciate you, but do you really think that your clotheslines are going to take down my buddy Lore? Not going to happen. Man. So on top of that, and then finally finishing it off with 1 Paranoia. And you got lucky. I'm going to give you this. You got lucky. I've always liked you. We share that same ginger gene, that connection there. I've known you your entire career, so I enjoy this victory that you picked up over me. I'll let you have that one, but this capped off a 5-match weekend. So ultimately, this was I was exhausted, let's just say this. Now remember, I had injuries that came through from this, and my back was messed up, my hip ended up getting messed up. I still had cuts on my back and on my arm, on my leg. I'm still feeling the effects. But being the wrestling fueled, I'm an anomaly, really. Wrestling just seems to cure me and keeps me going. If you think about it, less than a year ago, I broke this collarbone, and here I am wrestling 12 matches in 1 week, and people still want to call me out for potentially, again, being too old to break out. I prove you wrong every single time. I've scored victories all week long, and again, I was in different states, traveling to different promotions, old stomping grounds. I was in championship matches, defending championship matches. This is an epic proportion deal that I have going on, and I still have a busy July. Look at the July I have coming up. I got Higher Ground that's coming up. Again, First Wrestling has got a busy weekend where we're going to Iowa for 2 events and then back to the Uptown VFW. We're returning to Prize Brewing, and then also Higher Ground returns to St. Paul Park. And then at the end of the month, I'm not going to discuss it here. And I'll let you know that I will not this will not be the first spot that you'll hear. It'll be for my Patreons. But I might have something big in the works for the end. Check my fan page, you might see something in there. But I can't talk about it now. And quite frankly, this is not the time to share. The time to talk about all this epic proportion of this past 2 weeks, all this to sum all this up and sum my accomplishments up. Think of all the things that I did and all the stuff that I left out. And I'm slowly breaking it down on Patreon, talking more and more about this. So if you want to hear more and more of the backstories, join my Patreon and make sure that you follow and watch all the exclusive content. But for now, think of all the stuff that I'm still accomplishing here. I realized I'm a lot closer to 1,400 matches. 1,400! And when the question comes up, how's your body hanging out? How's it holding up? Well, for the first time in 3 weeks, I feel better than I ever have. And I'm going to continue to roll into July and have another epic month. And we're going to continue that for the rest of the summer. Last year was the summer of Corbin because I won the WrestlePalooza Championship and captured 2 other championships at the end of the year. This is the summer of Corbin because I defy the odds. So continue, if you are doubting me and you're watching this to watch for my downfall and give any hints to when I might be done, I'd say I'm just getting started, but I'm enjoying the journey. So So join me again next week on CorbinCenter, because I will still have a lot to talk about. And I'm not taking next week.